negatibo sa kahit anong bagay o tao sa ating kapaligiran. It is easier to become negative about people, things, events that are closest to us. And this is what we discover in today's gospel. Anong nangyari? Anong background? Anong backstory ng Ebanghelyo? Dinalaw ni Jesus yung sariling bayan niya, ang bayan ng Nazareth, kung saan siya ipinaglihi. Sa araw ng pamamahinga, pumunta siya sa sinagoga at doon may binasa siya mula sa libro o aklat ni Propeta Elias. At meron siyang sinabi. Ang ating ebanghelyo ngayon, bahagi sa sinabi ng ating Panginoong Jesus. Tandaan, yung Nazareth ay yung bayan kung saan ang ating Panginoon hindi lang ipinaglihi, kundi doon din siya lumaki. Nandoon yung kanyang mga kamag-anak. Kaya kilalang kilala sa Jesus sa lugar na iyon. Dahil nga, sa dahilan na doon siya tumira ng matagal. When our Lord turned 30, He transferred from Nazareth to Capernaum. Kaya sa ating ebanghelyo ngayon, mapapansin natin na pinuri muna si Jesus sa sinabi niya. But it did not take long because as we discover in the gospel today, He said something that really filled the people, His own kababayan, with fury. Meron siyang binanggit hindi nila nagustuhan. So when He returned to His own hometown, to the people who knew Him best, all that He received, even in the synagogue itself, was negative criticism. Negative criticism about His person, about His mission. And the negativity of the Nazarene was the obstacle to God's grace. Meron pong aral para sa ating buhay ang ating maani mula sa ating ebanghelyo ngayon. At ito ay isang katunayan ng ating buhay. Ano ho yun? That sometimes it is the people who are closest to us who do not understand us and will not support us. Ito ay isa masaklap, masakit na katotohanan, bahagi ng kalagayan ng ating buhay. It is very proverbial. And how painful it is to have our gifts, our talents accepted by many, but not accepted by those who are closest to us. Mapansin ho natin yan. Siguro yung malapit ho sa atin, no? Siguro yung mga kapitbahay, kamag-anak man o katrabaho man, merong paglalait, merong inggit, merong panunuya. So we usually can overcome rejection by a stranger or by those with whom we only have a business relationship. But when it comes to rejection by family, that rejection cuts deep. No? Hindi kayo magkakaunawaan ng magulang o ng kapatid. You are estranged from one another. Kaya ano yung ating gagawin? Ito yung gumagambalang katotohanan sa ating ebanghelyo. Ngunit mapansin natin, meron ding himaymay na kasiyahan. If Jesus was Himself rejected by those closest to Him, then why should we be surprised if such rejection happens in our life? Hindi pwede nating pilitin yung taong magkagusto sa atin. Di po ba? Hindi natin pwedeng pilitin yung tao na iibigin niya tayo. So we cannot force people to like us, to be accepting of us. And it is also no sin to not like a person. Hindi po kasalanan. Halimbawa, hindi mo gusto yung taong yon, basta ginalang mo yung tao, you are civil to that person, there is no sin in not liking a person. And it is no worry at all to be disliked by other people. Hindi ka ginusto, anong gagawin mo? Hindi nga pwedeng pilitin. Huwag mababalisa kung hindi ka ginusto ng tao. If Jesus, God the Son, found himself helpless when his extended family, in Nazareth, refused to accept him, then certainly he knew the pain we endure when we are denied that acceptance. Tiniis ni Jesus. Tiniis niya yon. Kaya ano yung ginawa niya? Tingnan natin yung huling talata ng Ebanghelyo kung saan sinabi dito, He passed through the midst of them and went away. You know the next verse 31 of this particular chapter in Luke, there we discover the Lord going back to Capernaum teaching. Nagpatuloy pa rin yung kanyang gawain. And in Mark's version of this gospel, we find the Lord making rounds of the neighboring villages and He continued to teach. Kaya nung ang ating Panginoon, hindi siya tinanggap sa sarili niyang bayan, anong ginawa niya? When He was rejected by those closest to Him in Nazareth, He did not let that rejection undermine His value nor undermine His identity. Hindi binalot ni Jesus yung sarili niya sa pagkahabag sa sarili. He did not wrap Himself in self-pity. What He did, He moved on. Patuloy lang siya sa kanyang gawain. We are called to move on. We cannot make anyone love us, but we can refuse to allow rejection to dictate our future. Huwag bilangin yung mga kabiguan. Bilangin yung mga pagpapala. At patuloy lang sa buhay at sa mga magagandang gawain sa buhay. We still have gifts to give. There are still people to love. We must believe that our gifts and our loves are real. So if the people who are closest to you support you, di magpasalamat po tayo. But if you found there are some close to you who will not extend love to you, who is estranged from you, manalangin. Pray as if everything depends on God and follow the example of the Lord. Patuloy lang. Give your gifts to those who will receive them. Share your love with those who will respond to love. Because as a Spanish proverb would say, amor con amor se paga. Love is repaid with love. Believe that there is still life and love to be found, even if it is not in your own hometown, in your own offices, or even in your own homes. And remember this, more often than we think, it is Nazareth that visits our hearts today. Move forward, move up, move on, pasulong, patuloy lang.